Hey guys, Sectional Violence here. I'm gonna have a new setup here soon. Well, not setup, but some new additions for the show, for the channel. I know I've been on off for a bit. Happy New Year. It's been a bit. I got mine home. I did some stuff. I didn't really have a lot of good videos. I could have made a video on the grappling, but like, what's the point? Thank God I didn't, because that was an atrocity. I could have done a 15-minute video just on rows. But yeah, lots of things have changed. This team I'm with now, it's crazy, man. Lots of great things have happened. I have a Patreon now. If you guys want, I'd say if you want to join early, go ahead. That'd be awesome. Contribute. It means the world to me, but you don't have to. Because not until next week or the week after, the plays will be free until then. Just because, yeah, I've been having them free for so long and they are good. I make you guys money, and especially with bare knuckle last year, that was ridiculous, so I gotta capitalize now. It is only $10 a month, so it's like you're gonna make your money back unless you're really, really, really poor. Um, but yeah, $10 a month, it's not that much, guys. It's 120 a year. I think you can afford it, guys. Come on. But yeah, anyways, guys, let's get into it. We have LFA, 1FC. I'm gonna get into UFC also tonight. Probably, yeah. Let's get into this. So we have Kyle Zimek versus Connor Penka. I skipped a lot of the amateur fights because, yeah, I'm not talking about those fights. Kyle Zimek, man, I mean, he's the favorite, but he's not good. If that makes sense. I mean, he's 9-2, so he has to be somewhat good to get that record. But you see his record, and who he's beating, it's ugly. I mean, who's this guy? Is this guy that I think it is? No, it isn't. Wow. So yeah, he's beat a lot of guys who are just on not the best in his amateur career, and then his pro career, he hasn't had it. He hasn't fought anyone yet. So this is brand new experience for him. Pro fight. Jitters are probably there. He's fighting Connor Panka. Um, I it's a hard fight for me to call just because they're both very, very, like, Panka's better obviously, but I just I'm gonna go with Panka, obviously. Like, I know I said it's a hard fight to call, but like, I'm gonna go with Panka just because Panka's a little more put together as a fighter. He has more tools in his toolbox, in my opinion. Kyle's just scrappy, I'd say. But yeah, I like Connor's grappling to really edge this fight. It's going to be an interesting fight, though. I don't recommend you guys put a lot of money on this at all. It's like, yeah, it's more for comedics effects if you want to watch this fight. But yeah, Santos Ferdinand versus Darius Miller. Um, I don't know a whole lot about Mr. Darius Miller. But what I do know is he doesn't have very good wins, and he's lost to not very good people. So this is just pointing me all towards Santos. I feel like Santos has this in the bag. Um, he's a. I know people give him shit, but I think Santos Ferdinand is a pretty good fighter, and I'm very interested to see. Not a very good fighter, sorry, a decent fighter, but and he can beat a lot of guys. Like you know, he's not gonna be a champion or even a champion in the minor promotions, but I mean he could, but you know, I think he's got this one. I'm going with Mr. Verdina's here. I think he's gonna win this one quite comfortably. Um, but yeah, wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset. Yeah, I would. But yeah, moving on. We have Devin Paulson versus Jackson McIvy, McVee, sorry. Jackson McVee is a very good grappler, I'd say. He's tough and he's game. Good record, amateur record. Um, I I worry because he's hittable, and Paulson is like drunk guy. Like he can crack. Like he beat a really like he beat my teammate, Mr. Theo Tom Theo. Even though he was losing the fight, he still won. So he does possess power, which does worry me. But he's just so bad. Like he is so many things wrong with him. The way he fights, and I'm gonna have to just go with the guy McVee here because like McVee is extremely like game right now, feeling like hot in his career. Like I think McVee's got this one also in the bag. But yeah, LFA is a Carter. You gotta like be careful, man. I wouldn't put your house on LFA. Yeah, moving on. Adamu Issa versus Ganabat Gaslam. Now, there's no film I could find for Ganbat, but if I can guess, he's gonna be probably a wrestler looking to wrestle Adamu. And from what I've seen, Adamu has good hips. He is dangerous on the feet, and I feel like he's going to put out Ganbat and take his undefeated streak. These are two undefeated guys. One of those got to go, and I'm going to take the striker. Adamu is he is a very very game fighter, training at a good gym, and I'm pretty heavy. I'm pretty high on him. He is one of my confident predictions. Moving on, we have Gary Conkle versus Isaac Thompson. Because Gary Conkle, I feel like is too willing to engage in the grappling, and his striking isn't dangerous enough. I will be going with Isaac Thompson, but I don't like going with Isaac Thompson after the performance he gave me in his last fight. Yes, he is young, and I'll give it to him. That's the only excuse he has. That ground, like that jiu-jitsu guard pulling stuff will not work unless you're trying to survive. And even then, if you're just your whole game plan is to survive, you shouldn't be there. Um, but yeah, I know Isaac Thompson is good. He is just very young in his career, in my opinion. It worries me, but I think he's very good, and I think his jiu-jitsu will pay off in this fight, either getting a unanimous decision win or maybe even a highlight reel submission, one of the two. But I'm going with Isaac Thompson here by let's go Hail Mary submission round one. I don't know. Moving on, we have Quang Lee versus Henry Huff. Could Quang Lee get a ground and pound or a submission? Yeah, but I feel like Huff is one of those guys who are just like he's just gonna be there for the whole distance, but he's not gonna actually do anything. I feel like Quay Lee is just gonna control him. He has good wrestling, good control. I think he's gonna be able to you know nullify anything Huff has on the feet and put him on his butt. And I don't think his record. I don't judge records, but Huff's record, like who he's fought, is kind of bad, man. Like he doesn't like he loses to guys he shouldn't be losing to. Let's just say that. But Quang Lee, he's got this one in my opinion in the bag as well. But yeah, moving on. We have Wes Schultz versus Dylan Budka. This was a really fun fight for me because I love to hate on Dylan Budka, but he's freakishly strong and good cardio. I mean, decent cardio. And he pushes the pace. And I do think this fight is going to go to decision on. But I mean, it's obvious. But like, what I do think is Budka's going to win. And I say that because he has a little more, in my opinion, tools in the toolbox. Schultz, he's he's got some good jits, and if he can, you know, disrupt Budka's balance, I feel like he could pull some stuff off. But I feel like he's faced guys who have good jits before, and I feel like he's going to have like you're gonna have some success, in my opinion, with um, but Budka, if you're playing him, I'm only going to go light, like maybe like a unit, but I still I still see him as a valuable play. This is a fun fight. I'm excited to watch it. Moving on, we got Mitchell McKee versus Ira Lukowski. Lukowski's a good jiu-jitsu guy. Mitchell McKee's a wrestler with some good power. I gotta go with Mitchell McKee here. I love Mitchell McKee. Watching him early, he's very aggressive. I'm excited to see if this is a test for him or not. I don't think it's going to be. I think Ira is just not good enough. He's gonna melt eventually to the pressure of McKee. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. But the odds are not getting me, much to work with here. So I'm most likely not going to play this alone, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to probably parlay this. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, moving on. We have Jalen Fuller versus Scott Ritz. Scott Ritz is dangerous with his boxing, and that's it. We have not seen his jiu-jitsu, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to be very good. Um, he hasn't shown anything really other than his boxing, and he's faced guys who aren't very good. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Fuller here. He's faced the better competition. He is, in my opinion, the better striker. Um, and he's a better grappler. And I feel like he's going to show that in this fight. I'm really excited for it. Yeah, I'm going with Jalen Fuller here. Moving on. We have Mark Climaco versus um, Miguel Sanson. This is a good fight, man. This is probably the best fight on the card. Miguel Sanson, man, he is a prospect. Very, very young. Got him at plus 240. I do think he is worth the money. Plus 300 he opened or something as. It was crazy. Climaco, man, he's good, and I do think he could be able to win this fight with his wrestling, but I just think Sanson's just too well-rounded and too good. And I think Sanson's going to really, really have a breakout performance in this fight. Climaco is going to be looking to take Sanson's head off and look to take him down, but I just think Sanson's going to be too slick for him. But yeah, moving on, we have Thomas Peterson versus Richard Foster. This is a setup fight for poor Richard Foster to get beat up by Thomas Peterson. There's not much to be said about this fight. Thomas Peterson, you're still dead to me. Um, yeah, not much else to say. Ari Farias versus John Sweeney. John Sweeney, he's game. Good anti-grappling. A good wrestling, which is going to be huge in this fight against a guy who's going to be looking to all he's going to do is grapple. Now, Ari is good in the first few rounds with his wrestling, but in 5 rounds, I'm going to have to slightly edge Sweeney just because of his striking. Now, Ferry, can he strike? Sure, but I just feel like he's like a Bobby Green approach to like talk his way to the judges. Like, oh, that didn't hurt. Oh, I'm ahead. You ain't doing nothing. That type of deal. I feel like John Sweeney's gonna steal a decision just from doing that type of stuff. I don't know. It's a weird fight. I'm gonna take the plus money on Sweeney. This is a fun card, man. Very fun card. If I could give you guys my top 5 most confident predictions, at number 1, we'd have to be Mr. Peterson. Number 2, I'd say Quang Lee. Um, Number 3 probably would be McPhee. Uh, Issa, and then McKee probably. Yeah. This is a fun card, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to get these plays, I post them. I'm posting them straight to the Telegram. I'm still posting them to the Telegram until I believe next week or when's the next UFC is the last UFC we'll be doing on Telegram. It'll be exclusively and Discord. The Discord will have discussions, but I will not be posting the plays there. I'm gonna figure out how to exclusively link it to the Patreon, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the Discord open for everyone. So I'm working through that. But yeah, guys, like, subscribe. One FC. I was gonna do a prediction video for that, but I mean, you guys tell me in the comments if you want it or not. There's really not a lot of spots to go off of. Like I have, what was it? It's like I have Anissa Meskin at plus money, and then I have where is it? Sato as an underdog. Like I think that's all I got. Like that's literally all I have for this card. It's not a great card. And I'm not paying the chalk for Angla. So yeah, guys. Gary Tonin, Angla, maybe if you want to do that. I don't know. But all right, guys. Rest in peace, Victoria Lee. Um, Really, really sad. Let me know if you guys want news and stuff like that. I don't really want to make this page a news page because, or like not news, but like my reaction to the news. But you know what I mean, guys. I'm just trying to make content for you. Let me know. I'm gonna be a lot more active this year. Try to get like the video, maybe two, three, a day. No, maybe every other day. But yeah, guys. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.